Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the OB53 Patch Show. My name is Rain Day, and it's a Sunsational day, apparently, according to whoever named our patch notes. Congratulations. Nick made it back from the beach in time.
Yes.
He's definitely feeling the summer heat. This is Hi-Res Pretty Hair, Nick Keogh. Of course, I'm joined with lead designer and lead art director Thomas Holt. Hi-Res holding the corner there, and Garrett holding things down in the middle. Hi-Res Martini.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay. How are you guys doing?
Doing good.
I
Really
see. What's funny is you guys kind of tried to hide that you were wearing the same shirt today, and you put one jacket on so that, he zipped it up right there.
Yeah.
Right? Me, I'm staying
figured it out.
patriotic. You know, representing our ideals of freedom here in this country, okay?
Lots of freedom.
Lots of freedom.
Beaches. Lots of freedom.
So we're excited. There's a lot going on today. I don't want to lollygag too much. And let's get into the good stuff. Of course, you guys have been waiting for this for a while. The first thing we've got coming up in OB43 is a brand new chest. It's the summer chest.
Yes.
So talk to us. What's in this chest? Because that's looking like a nice-looking dude there.
Oh yeah. So Lex and Cassie both getting some love in this one. Obviously big summer themes for both of them. This was good. There's a lot of input, I'd say, from the team. In fact, the Cassie here is actually an idea that was pitched out along with some concept art from one of our environment artists, Gannon. So this is a whole team kind of got into it, kind of figured out a bunch of ideas. We'd seen a bunch from the community as well. Kind of went through, ended up going with Lex and going with Cassie for this, and then we have a Independence Day coming, so we got 4 new weapons, some great VFX and stuff around that looking forward to showing that off as well.
If you were smart, you could have seen them in the chest because some are kind of hanging out here, but let's take a look at the Babe with the not Ziggs anymore. I don't know who you call that, but that is
it's a summer
Ziggs.
His cousin. It's a summer Ziggs.
Okay, it looks great. Looks fantastic, and again, from one of our own here, Concepted, it seems like, with the wrecked bow. Apparently, this does not come. This is just the skin, right? No weapon with this one. Other people will be getting the weapon. In fact, Lex, who you did see, does himself have a weapon, and it's pretty exciting as well.
Yep. So with this, you get the ACC. It's a different kind of haircut and the sunglasses and stuff, and then of course the body. So you get the full skin, and obviously the marvelous update to Ziggs there.
And there's a voice pack as well for this girl.
That is correct.
So let's play and hear a little bit of Sunkissed Cassie.
Cassie. Welcome to Realm Watch. Spine straight, shoulders back, knees loose. Find your chakras and just breathe. I like your shoes. JK, they're lame.
That's funny.
Damn, burn.
Yes.
Had to.
Oh, that is too good.
Don't be such a viney birch, Grover.
Wow. This is amazing. Back end story of this, James Horgan, who runs the camera for us often, helps to put together these voice packs and these lines, asked me for my California kind of, is this Cali girl enough? Is this Valley girl enough? He had some great selections there. I don't know if this is the one that we ended up deciding worked best. I know a lot of people had ideas, but I mean, it turned out amazing. She's got such a personality.
Yeah, it's great. Both of these skins, I think, really are just amazing. Especially taking the voice pack into it and just the overall kind of personality and tone. Hopefully, we get a chance to hear Lex's as well. And then and then even though they are skins, we did some VFX updates as well that hopefully we can show you. So
that's some fresh meat, Nick. I know you're looking for that.
No comment.
Dude, just Lex
You
ready to
should
go
see
to
him,
the
guys.
beach, uphold the law
Yep, that's
on
it.
the sand and catch some waves.
Look at those back. Look at the tries, and
got
then
the
look
lats
at
on
the
lats, dude.
abs as well. I mean, the frontal ab, the glutes.
Superior genetics.
I see who you guys model that off
Well,
of.
he's carrying those giant guns around all the time.
I'm always walking, down the halls. I get it, Garrett. Sneaking a peek. And the sandals as well. So this is a totally casual feel for Lex, who usually is on duty all the time. You can get this skin and actually take a break.
Yep.
And we'll be able to see him in game, of course, when this is all done. And of course, there are some added special things we haven't mentioned that the skin has with some of the effects as well. And there's some Patriot weapons we'll be able to show off as soon as we're able to do that. So those are the 2 skins coming in with the summer chest.
Do we get to hear his voice, though?
Yes.
Yes.
Lex. Time to run wild and leave a sexy corpse. Give me another one. Give me another one. Can't hide from my Lex-Ray vision, babe.
Lex-Ray vision.
Oh, God.
Eat it, posers. Bask in my Lexcellence.
Oh, my God.
And the Lexcellence.
You jelly, bro?
You jelly, bro.
You jelly, bro?
Damn it, the old line isn't in there.
Honestly, I think these are the best. These are some of the best voice packs I've ever heard for champions. They're so spot on and change the dynamic of these characters. I love it. Some really classic lines now that are going to be in Paladins.
Yeah, it's just fun. It's anytime we get to be able to take our champions, you know, they have their backstory, they have their personality, and they have their tone. Skins for us is awesome because it allows us to kind of take them and bring a whole nother personality, a whole nother tone, a whole nother theme, you know, and who they can be. It's just fun to play with that.
Hey, Thomas, is Lex in the 1,000 Ab Guild?
He's not.
No, it's not part of his backstory?
No,
Okay,
that's not. That's not canon.
I'm just curious. I'm just curious, man. I don't know. It looks like he's definitely a prime member if that thing did exist. Of course, we're getting ready to go into game to show you off some Lex in just a bit, but you can see a sneak peek of who else has some of those weapons. I spot a big old cannon there.
Looks like an assault rifle. Looks like a flat cannon.
Is that dagger?
Maybe some magnums.
Looks a little bit like a dagger.
Oh.
Yeah. And so, you know, just talking a little bit about these weapons, these weapons have the full treatment. So obviously they're Independence Day kind of themed, and you know, as the champions fight for freedom within the realm.
Oh yeah.
But they've got full VFX. So VFX team again just did an amazing job. We've got a lot of red, white, and blue going on, kind of fireworks and so forth, kind of going with it. So so people can celebrate a little bit with their kills.
Fantastic stuff as we head into game here to show off some of the new freedom weapons.
That is excellent. Look at that.
You jelly, bruh?
Oh, yes, the firework.
Are you jelly, bruh?
Nice.
Oh, the sound.
and then
Do you hear the whistling of the rocket? Oh, my goodness.
So talk to us about the weapons. What exactly do you get with these weapons when you grab them?
Keep rolling.
I mean, clearly the visual effects there, but there's even stuff so far as I think when he's reloading, it looks like there's a little bit of an added touch there.
Yeah, it's basically a full. I mean, we've done sound pass, VFX pass on it, and then obviously with the visuals of the weapons themselves, they've got that kind of like, you know, kind of color hued but like metal sheen kind of going across the weapons. You know, Dylan, one of our character artists, did a really good job across these weapons.
Let me see the dash.
Oh yeah. So since you have the longboard skin, it's like we should check out his slide.
Whoa!
Surf's up, bro.
Can we? Yeah, there we go. 3P. That's what we need.
No!
Yes.
You got to drop in and get pitted.
What a dangerous way to surfboard. It's totally not realistic.
No, don't die.
Can he do it in the water?
Don't. No.
It allows you to use water.
It's a
Oh,
rare-
pay to
rare
win.
surfboard that
Pay to
doesn't
win.
allow it.
He could do it. Guys, what an awesome
that's
little
gnarly.
treatment. There's not a lot of skins that I think provide that super dynamic change like that. I mean, this is kind of looks like one of the first I can really recall.
Yeah, so we had talked a little bit about it as far as like sand kicking up and stuff, and I think Cassie's role might have that on it, and this was one of those things that just as the team was working on it and kind of excited about the content itself, the VFX team had the idea, we kind of quickly ran it through, made sure we had the time, and kind of snuck this one in, so it came out great.
And they're not showing you, but it really can go on the water, guys. Pay to win. Got to grab the skin. Make sure you can do that. And
Do we have the voice back? Because the ult line is worth it. No, we don't have the voice back. Okay.
dang.
All right.
Well, we obviously have more weapons to showcase. We're going to
Gotta
be
save something for
taking
the
a look at
PTS.
Ash
Oh,
as
yeah.
well. Here it is.
There you go, the
Hey!
fireworks.
Exploding
cool.
star.
Yeah. The audio team did a great job with these,
Oh, you
by
hear
the
the
way.
crackle
Yeah.
too. I hadn't even heard that yet. That's awesome.
Amazing. Such a cool iteration.
Star Spangled.
And we're going to take a look at Maeve now.
Boom.
All right.
All right, the ribbons here.
Yeah. So if
So
you could, if James could find like a wall or something where you can kind of like really, not the bright one. Yeah, so there you go.
Wow,
So you
that's
can kind of
beautiful.
really see the ribbons and stuff. It definitely pops out a little bit more in the shadows and different stuff.
Oh,
but
neat.
yeah, the
See the
effects team just
stars
did a great
here?
job.
Wow, that is sick.
Nick, I saw you playing Maeve on console earlier, and so if you're like missing your
yeah.
targets, hitting walls and stuff, you'll see a lot more of these effects. This
My
might be a good,
treasures.
yeah, this might be a good look for you, man.
My console Maeve's insane, actually. I
I don't know, dude. Let's take a look at Victor as well. He's got the last weapon in the chest, so this is rounding things out.
My personal favorite. Star Spangled
Wow.
Assault Rifle. Yeah, that's right.
Even Hipfire gets these great, effects
Look at that
added
muzzle
onto
flash.
it.
Boom.
Yeah, the buzzer flash is where it's at.
Do the bullets change as well? I know the bullets changed, I believe, on the wrecked weapons. But
Yeah,
maybe it's just
so
the
it's
muzzle
a little
flasher.
bit different with
The
this. I mean, there's still
impacts, yeah.
there's
The
still
impact is
bullets, so
right
there's
below it.
impacts for the VFX coming off. Obviously, this one is doesn't have little darts. So
Beautiful.
America.
If you're feeling independent, looking forward to the break, you know what to grab. For Paladins, it is the Summer Chest, has all of these freedom weapons in it, along with the Sun-Kissed Cassie and the Longboard Lex, which allows you to slide on water. I'm serious, guys. You got to try it out. You have to get the skin first before you do it.
Ain't nothing like a summer chest, you know?
Ain't nothing like it.
What's the really best part about a summer chest?
Well, Nick, you tell me.
Oh gosh, here
If
we go.
not for a couple of cold ones.
Oh. Nick, you brought me a cold one? So we can have it like boys?
Well, I mean, we have the boys,
Is this stream appropriate?
and we have the cold ones. Listen, if Lassus has taught me anything in my days, it's that you
All
can
right.
always crack open a cold
Well,
one.
That is true.
It's a Friday.
Let's-
It's summer.
Cheers.
Here's to OB53, gentlemen.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We had to get this in before, I guess,
God
Alyssa
bless.
came on, because this would be not appropriate if she was sitting here as well.
She can be an honorary boy,
I don't know if she wants to be.
and then crack one open.
That's the thing. I think she might not
Everybody
worth
wants
it.
to crack one open.
need that.
It's not worth it.
You're right. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Sunscreen's doing all right there. Keeping it's a lot. This light
It's
is
really
coming
bright
in.
out today.
Yeah, I'm glad you have the
can't
hat.
tell. This is actually we're outside right now.
Yeah,
this is
totally.
not. This isn't 100%
I saw
natural
zigs
sunlight.
flying
It's not true.
Yeah.
They don't let us outside.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, no.
Yeah, maybe you
The
guys.
chains don't reach that long.
So moving on, let's keep this show on the road. Making sure to let you guys know there will be a very exciting new pack in OB53 that
yes.
might change the way you play your game. Let's take a look at a little bit of a video, show you what I'm talking about.
That Frostmare.
For
Yes.
$4.99. That's what surprised me. You guys.
That's a bargain.
So I was counting here. I had to write it all down, and I'm not sure I got it all. You get Frostmare, the new mount
Yep.
going into the room. You get 10 Radiant chests. You get 2 Flare chests, which is your emotes, your mastery poses, make you look a little cooler while you're doing your
MVP.
thing. MVP. That's
right.
right, Thomas. And 7-day booster, which means as you play, you're getting more XP, you're getting more gold, you're getting more champion mastery faster, and that is just for $5.
$5.
Holy moly.
That's a bargain.
That's a bargain if I've ever seen one. Makes me want to crack open a cold one with the boys.
I
So,
think the
Garrett-
Frostmare alone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
talk to us about this and kind of what
How's it going to
incentivized
fare
putting
in the
this through.
summer heat, though?
It
He does
doesn't,
fine.
it doesn't care.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's internal.
There's some like dark, icy magic
eternal
maybe,
cold.
or
Yep.
it's got a little sinister hint on the saddle, like around kind of the edges there. But it is by far one of my favorite mounts so far.
And I
Yeah.
mean, we just got the armored stallion as well, so now another beefy mount.
Yeah, this.
I'm definitely rocking that. That's so
Yeah.
badass. I am rocking that 110%.
Yeah, on the art side, that's something that we definitely wanted to go. We knew early on that we were going to have a mount for this pack, and
Sheesh.
so when we were talking about it, and as there was negotiation on the design side as far as how much. By the way, very generous. How much they were going to decide to put into this pack. On the art side, we wanted to make sure that if all they wanted was the mount, that they felt like it was a great value. And I think character artists did a great job with this. And then in addition, VFX as well. Like you've got that great kind of frost kind of coming off of it and kind of running into it.
That's
It's
awesome.
so good, so good.
I haven't
mean-
seen that yet either. That's really cool.
Just looking from an artistic perspective, this is the hottest, despite being the
The-
coldest,
despite being the coldest.
item in Paladins coming in OB53. But I mean, if you take a look at the Scarlet Charger, which I love because it's actually a bigger horse, it makes you feel and look different while you're riding in on the realm. This is
thing
even
is
less than
nuts,
the
man.
cost of the Scarlet Charger itself as an entire pack with all that stuff you're getting. So this is like insane. If you're
It'd
not
be crazy not to
if
pick
you're
it
not
up.
riding
Yeah.
this, I don't know what to say about you, man. Yeah, this is awesome stuff. So really exciting. I'm
for
glad we
only
get more mounts
$5.
in here.
Yeah, that's good.
So let's talk about the other things that are coming new. We got more new. That's what it's all about here.
Always
at
new,
Paladins.
new.
Paladins.
New,
That
new.
new. We've got mastery skins. Of course, each patch we try to add a few of those. Thomas, you said maybe 3. And you definitely stuck to your word. We have 3 this patch. Congratulations, Thomas. Hands up for Thomas, guys. He made it happen
the team
for us.
pulled it out for me. So
3 more champions.
I wasn't a liar.
Get theirs, and it is going to be Buck, Willow, and Androxus.
That's right.
So I'm sure a lot of people are going to be very happy about those choices, especially the Andrew one.
Yeah, I was about to say, people have been really, really excited about Androxus, and we wanted to make sure he got some love in this patch.
And look at that.
He looks bad, dude. Look at that. Oh my gosh.
Perfect
Nothing.
to ride on the Frostmare.
Oh, so good.
That's scary. That's terrifying.
Yeah.
And Androxus running at you.
That's
on
full
a
edgelord.
Spiky Ice Lord death mount.
Can we show the emote or the MVP? The animation team, again, is just, they're doing a great job with these things. Oh, is that a no?
That's
That's a flare chest.
That is. So,
Well,
Which
that's
you get
because we might have to actually unlock it in the program to make sure we
Didn't mean
get
to break
the MVP.
anything.
But no, that's great because actually, one of the coolest things that I look at now, you know the
James
colors,
is on
right? They
level.
always kind of sparkle and look different on different champions. Like
Yep.
one fits one the other, right? You're like, oh, that Cosmic looks so good on Moldamba, right? Or that Obsidian, awesome on Eevee. But the MVP poses have their own kind of culture to them. They're their own very showcase of
look at
personality.
Anthony. Yeah, look at that.
And this is to me what makes it right here.
So it's a little bit tough.
The emotes and poses.
We're still trying to figure out a way within our system to kind of show this off a little bit better. But so you can't see the full thing, and I don't believe we're set up to go into game for it. But he rises up. He's got that medallion up above him that shows off, your level, because that's important. And then the gun itself actually bites it, and that's what he's pulling it down with. So yeah, it's a really, really good one. So.
The MVP pose too, I think, he holds that pose for the MVP as well.
That's
that kind
a really
of
good one.
corrupt, like sweep the leg crane kick.
That's way better than his other MVP pose too. That's an easy choice.
Well, you got something against apathy?
I do.
It's apathetic, maybe?
It makes me very apathetic and lethargic.
And lethargic. I'm not very zealous about continuation of my games after that. Of course, we do have a few more mastery skins. You're going to have to wait to see that. Hopefully, we'll have some assets you guys can take a look at later through the patch notes. But of course, that's coming out in Obi 53. Again, Buck and Willow getting theirs as well. So make sure to unlock those and grind those masteries. But another big thing happening in the realm, and actually outside of the realm, since we're outside right now, I guess
Clearly.
it makes sense too.
sunburned.
We've
Like
got
I
something.
Too tan.
I'm wearing a coat.
Way too
It's
tan.
hot.
You guys all try to make jokes off of that one comment, and I love it. And that means we're finally getting the ribbon here. That's a team.
It's the cold ones.
I throw
It's
one,
those
and I get
cold
3
ones.
jokes.
We should have these
tell
every
you.
time.
Okay,
So
so
make sure you got your branding right and square with the camera.
back to the
Very
most important part here. We're going to be heading to Spain for Dreamhack Valencia, which is the next big esports competition for Paladins and Smite as well. Make sure you're tuning in from July 13th to 16th, where the action will be taking place. But if you're watching and if you're around at that time, you're going to have a chance to maybe get a cool, unique skin themed just around that once-a-year event. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch this video. You'll see.
Sorry, kitten. You wouldn't last a day on my streets. I've been carving up thugs like you all my life. I guess that's cool. Okay, now no more playing around.
So Maeve, Dreamhack Maeve, talk to us about this skin, guys, and kind of what the idea is about it. We didn't see we saw the weapon shots, but there's even more to
There's
it.
so much more.
Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite part is the coat, personally.
Yes.
So as you can see, it's got this like super high contrast white and black coat. Actually, I think the Dreamhack logo is also on the back. But the coolest part, I'd say, is like kind of the incremental textile like square pattern that kind of modulates from the base of the coat up and down the back of it. It's so cool. It's kind of got like this digital theme to it. And the manner at which you get this skin is not standard, right? You have to, as Evan kind of touched on, you gotta come and watch the Dreamhack. We'll be giving away a bunch of these skins.
Ooh.
So definitely show up. We would love your guys' support, and in return, we're willing to hook you guys up.
So what's so cool about this initiative is it seems like it's something that really works for the community. And, we'll talk a little bit more about the specifics again. Just watch it, but now you can see it in action. What effects this at? This is startling.
This is great. The moment we knew we were going to do it, Dreamhack as a partner is great. We're looking for the tournaments and everything else, and they've been great. We got their logo on there. We kind of pulled from their kind of iconography, their color sims, and their brand, and it just went really well with Maeve. So it's in the streams for her weapons. It's off the coat, and then you can kind of see that color scheme and those little grids kind of throughout.
Such a cool experience as well, mate, being able to prowl so quick and seeing those orange embers trailing behind her in the coat. As you're watching, does it move a little bit with her? Do the sparkles on the coat actually change?
Yeah, it's constantly active, and you can kind of see each of the squares kind of lighting up and going down, kind of almost like a digital kind of approach toward it, which is really nice.
Nick, your console Maeve is sick, man. Are you gonna grab this one?
This is what I'm gonna need. This is definitely what you need to frag on console.
Yep. What's so interesting is these. The last time we did this promotion, I was in Dreamhack and they gave away the Pip skin. I don't know if you know about that. You had to play while during the weekend of Dreamhack, and I was casting. I didn't get it for like a year after that.
Feels bad.
Feels very bad.
Well, that sounds really bad.
Well, at least you have Blood Moon Cassie and Quicksilver Ying, Evan.
Ain't that right, Nick? Ain't that
What a
right?
struggle.
How many you got, man? Do you have them both now?
Hot zip. Hot nothing.
Hot zip?
Wait, you don't have them yet?
All I have is my console Maeve, all right?
Oh.
And we know how sick that is.
And my cold one.
The truth that that's weird because didn't they send an email saying they'll give them to employees now?
I don't know. I don't check my email.
But yeah, I think we can agree that skin is definitely a cut above the rest.
It is.
So
A cut above the rest.
definitely
You should have said
tune
with
in,
the accent.
check it out. Yeah, I can't. That would have been bad.
Come
That
on.
would have been real bad.
You don't got any French in you?
No, not really.
Get that wash.
More Italian.
All right, it's time to move on to the next one. It is still skin season here, and despite the summer chest, this one goes back not just a season. It seems to go back a few decades or jump forward. I never can tell what kind of era these novels and type skins take place in. So it is going to be Steam Demon Androxus coming into the realm in OB43. Man.
Dude, that arm. That arm is where it's at. It's less cursed.
So it's been a while since Andro. In fact, I don't know if Andro has ever had a full skin with weapon combination.
This
Has
is
he?
his first epic.
This is his first.
Exalted, kind of.
But
but they were different times.
Yeah,
exactly.
The weapon
Yeah.
came out first, and we
different
followed
time.
with the skin at a later point and stuff. But yeah, and then he's had a few that have been tied in with some of our partners and some of our other promotions and stuff. But yeah, this is by far kind of his just most impressive and kind of like the first. It's like a true full epic for him.
And so obviously this is reminiscent of steampunk, right? Going into that kind of era and where everything is kind of advanced but old school. And so he's still got the revolver, but he's kind of running in this I guess,
a close up on that weapon.
lab coat. I mean, we're going to be able to, I think, to see this in game because, of course, this is coming with a voice pack and effects.
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah. Full epic
kit.
here. So you got voice pack. You've got obviously the skin. We have a weapon, and then full VFX treatment as well.
So let's take a listen to the voice pack for Steam Demon Androxus.
Androxus. I've made some wonderful modifications.
Oh my God.
If only I had someone to test them on. Is that fear in your eyes? I never tried mixing these two. I wonder what will... Ouch. I never tried mixing these two. I wonder what will... Ouch.
Nice.
Like taking strudel from a baby. Impressed? This is only the prototype.
Awesome, man.
Oh, this is too good. So, again, more lines that I just can see as like canon of Paladins when
I
you're
love
playing
that
your
theme,
games.
man.
It's
so
a
amazing.
wild difference from the base, right?
It is.
You have like normal Androxus, which is that like deep, like edgy kind of badass, and this guy is like that a little bit more maniacal, like crazy German scientist, I guess.
Yeah.
Definitely is like super different from the norm, and I think helps really sell the image.
You know,
That's
when
cool.
you were looking at designing the skin, Thomas, did you guys think of that? I really want to go and to give Androxus like a different feel, maybe more of a human feel with a little bit of silliness tacked onto there, since he's so serious all the time.
I mean, there definitely is that. Like, and I think a large portion of our artists also like kind of enjoy the more humorous kind of skins. That said, like, I mean, we're still, we're beta. We're still fairly new.
Sure.
There's still a lot of skins that we want to do for all these characters, and obviously, some of the sci-fi stuff we've done, some of the mech stuff we've done, some of the steampunk stuff. Like, there's still a lot of like kind of more kind of badass ones that I think just like on instant, like you see it, you hear about it, you whatever, you're just like, okay, can we just do that now?
Yes.
And stuff. And so we're kind of going through a lot of that. There's some humorous stuff that we're playing with and can do as well. But like for Androxus, for his first one, our edgelord, like he just kind of needed something like this, and this just it's just beautiful. It works great. You got the VFX and the little steam off the valves, off the horns.
Steam off the valves.
Yeah. So it's
good.
It's really, really good. So and while this is definitely a whole new theme and stuff, it's actually a really good skin for like a little bit of mixing and matching and stuff. So if you think about like his X skin, where you get the kind of glowing green off the traditional horns and stuff, it's really nice.
And that revolver really like jumps at you. You know, again, it's like for me, I think looking at it overall, it just has such a collaborative piece. But even if I'm in 1P here playing myself, this gun like is totally different.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite weapons we've done so far. Like I think like. Needless to say, steampunk is definitely successful. I think it fits our art style very well, and it's something that we're going to probably explore a little bit more in the future.
The VFX area, if you listen to it a little bit, it's a little bit like corny.
Who could that be?
Old school billet that you're working with.
Is Peridot going to pick this one up?
Yeah. That's a custom reload, by the way, also for you guys. That's
okay.
Sick. I think its sound is actually missing, so expect to see cooler things when it's actually released, but
that sound actually for the actual weapon shot is distinct and different from the normal Androxus. And that, Noah, his team, Greg, who works with us often, I mean, they do a great job of really making sure that these sounds are different and unique. You just think of Ash and, that motorcycle kind of sound, which he's doing kinetic burst. This to me is a more delicate version of that, where you still get the distinction, but
death awaits you all.
It's largely different. Wow.
Was the dragon different too?
Yeah, it was.
Was it?
Just slightly, but yeah, definitely.
Death awaits you all.
It's got a different sound too. I like it.
Yeah. What about give us a Defiance, love?
Yeah.
It's got
almost more impact. I feel like.
I take the sound. Yeah.
Like an old
Sounds
school
like a Full Metal Jacket.
really big pistol that you're using that like you reload like once in a blue moon.
The pirate pistol takes 10 minutes to
reload. Exactly.
I'm coming for you.
That would be a good skin as well. We should probably do some pirate stuff. Yeah.
Oh, that's a really good idea.
We should probably do some pirate stuff.
I need a pen.
Do you have something to write down?
Yeah, can I write?
You'll remember it. You can watch the VOD later, Thomas. So, of course, that is Steam Demon Androxus, complete with the voice pack, the weapon, and the actual skin from head to toe. You're going to be able to outfit it. And again, Garrett brings up a good point. You can customize, just use the weapon, just use the head, and then go on to some other things. I mean, this is going to look sick. Great stuff added for Androxus players and anyone who just enjoys playing the flank role at all. How are they going to be able to get this one?
This one is going to be in the weapon and the champion skin chest.
Okay. So not direct purchase. You're going to have to go through the skin chest. Correct. But there is a kind of a good thing that we're doing for that later.
Yeah, and also if you roll it, just again, the champion skin chest, you get the whole thing.
Got it.
So you get the voice, the head, the body. Definitely an awesome deal.
Fantastic stuff there. So we've seen everything. That is it for the skins for today, and of course OB53. But there's a lot to go through. Of course, one of the smaller, but I think more requested features over the past couple of, I know it feels like a couple of years, but years really, is the ability to not only create loadouts, but be able to uncreate loadouts, or another word that we like to call, yet have seemed to avoid for quite a while now, delete loadouts. I hear that's going to be joining us in the realm.
You may have heard that, yes.
I may have heard that. Let's see in game. I mean, if it's in game, it's got to be a real thing, right?
Right.
That glorious blue X.
Oh!
Would you look
Later loadout.
Yep. So yeah, we really hope you guys enjoy the functionality. Kind of tidy up your loadouts now. You can very ease of use, clip and clean and delete and create new ones. You can also do it just by saving a new loadout with no cards in it as well. So multiple functionalities here, but glad to finally be able to bring it to you.
I'm glad you brought it to us as well, Garrett.
You're quite welcome.
I think we're all glad you brought it. You brought the heat this time around. And now they can't ask for anything, right? I mean, we gave them delete loadouts. Now you guys are happy. You go home.
There's always room for more stuff.
Oh, so politically correct. Joke with me.
Have another
Have a
cold one.
kerfuffle, man. Okay, guys, it's time to get into the real deal. All right, we've messed around for long enough with skins. Delete loadouts. Give me a break. Nobody needs that.
Nobody makes mistakes.
What we really need,
Is
and you're right,
more.
Thomas, nobody makes mistakes, you're right. What we really need,
I've never made a loadout I didn't want in my life.
no, every loadout I make is perfect, okay? What we really need right now is to talk about some balance.
Oh, God. We're going to need more cold ones.
We're going to need some more cold ones, Nick. I got to get ready for this, though.
Oh, this is a good one.
This is a good
We
one.
got some good stuff.
All right. So, oops. You know, I came prepared for the summer.
Did you?
Let's go. Guns are coming out.
Sun's out, guns out.
Suns are coming out, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Nick, let's talk balance.
Let's.
Lex. Get it? Okay.
I get it.
All right, here's the deal. This patch, before we get into the balance segment, of course, I want to kind of talk to you about, is there an overall theme for what we're doing here?
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about it. Let's let people get prefaced here.
Well, especially as we move, I think, on a console, it's important to note, try to make the playing field sort of even, right? Good experience for
Sure.
everyone on all consoles and all levels. So
Sure.
just making things a little bit more easier. I think is the overall theme here.
Yeah, and I think that's a good point. Maybe not specifically, obviously taking into all kind of player bases into account, PC, console, it all matters, and we all look at everything while we're balancing. So
They're all special.
Making sure that the game feels really accessible to people, right?
Yeah.
And some of these champions that have a little bit more of a skill gap or issues, not necessarily bringing them down, but also adding to their kits, maybe adjusting to their kits so that they can be
Taking away as many frustrations as possible.
Sure.
That's a good way to put it, I think.
Yeah, and of course, looking at that, let's take a look at all of the new changes coming through. So first up, we have Androxus. Now, Androxus, somebody that you're very, very interested in. Reversely, he's had a couple of bug fixes, and we're going to fix the bug where Androxus would remain immune after reversal was interrupted. That's going to have a bit of a change, as well as a bug where reversal could return too much damage when absorbing an AoE effect, a.k.a. combustible, shooting back like 4,000 damage reversals. Just was a little surprising for everybody there. We're also fixing a bug that caused Defiance to fire an extra shot when used to cancel an emote. I'm not sure who was even right-clicking in the first place for Androxus, but shame on you. And if you were doing that now, I guess you won't have that extra shot while you're emoting. So tough luck. Go back to the left clicks that you weren't using. Nick, pretty easy to summarize there. Not much happening for Androxus.
That's just min-maxing right there.
Min-maxing.
I emote into my Defiances always. Got to get the most out of my character.
Exactly, right?
Yeah. I mean, bug fixes.
Sure, bug fixes for him. All right, let's take a look. Coming in after that, as we, obviously you guys see just the
And this
summary
comes back into
of
the
all
right,
this.
so like interrupted, that's things like Makoa Hook, that just got reinstated basically where you can, in fact, go through reversal with Makoa Hook. So that's the kind of scenario that this is addressing.
Great. Moving into the next direction here, we have Ash, who will be coming up for us. And she's going to get some changes here. Of course, Ash, the brand new champion before it became Zensanity last patch. She did pretty well for herself. It was a lot of fun knocking people off of edges, but her range was definitely one of her, I think, aspects where she was lacking. And so the weapon range is going to be increased from 50 to 80. So not quite a double increase, but she's going to definitely be able to impact the point from farther away. She's also going to have increased explosion fall off as a result of that. Nick, let's break down what that actually means.
And so basically, she'll be able to, like you said, impact a fight from further away. And it's kind of like a trade-off, right? So you won't be able to miss your shots as badly, but you'll be able to hit them from farther away. So it's going to be more impactful and more important that you are direct with your shots and that you are accurate.
Very important.
That's a big range increase, though. And she has a good gap close, but the shoulder bash is very like hard commit. Like, I'm about to go into this fight, and now she'll be able to kind of chip and poke at people. And she exceptionally bullies people in the backline pretty well. So that's that'll help her, do that a little bit better, I think, and just keeping up with people in the backline, as well as people like Maldamba and Saris that are gonna barely slip your grasp. You can just barely able to reach them with that range now.
And it does force, for those you have the ability, right?
Yeah.
With great power comes great responsibility. You have to actually hit your shot now because it will fly past them. And if you actually miss the explosion fall off, that change
It's more aggressive.
means it's more aggressive. So you have to directly impact. But if you do, you will be more rewarded from farther away. So improving the potential high skill cap and also helping to affect her range on the point. That's going to be it for Ash. Of course, coming in after that's the stay-at-home dad of Paladins. Now, if anybody likes to crack open a cold one, it's me and my man Barrett after a long, hard days of work or watching the kids, making sure the turrets are all right. He is going to be getting a little bit of increased damage when hitting with less pellets. I don't know, what that means, Nick. I mean, can you explain this to me? Increased damage with less pellets?
He shoots a shotgun. It's just to make his stuff a little bit more consistent if you're only hitting it. Because, you know, at its core, the shotguns are kind of RNG where the pellets go. So sometimes if you're on right the edge of the spread or maybe very far away, you're just doing very, you know, irrelevant chip damage. So this is to kind of help him bring up his floor a little bit.
Yeah, cool. All right, so Barrick maybe going to have a little bit of more success when hitting with a little bit of that blunderbuss and not all of it, and help him out in the realm as well. So a couple of buffs there. It's pretty good. Pretty good so far. Okay, let's take a look. Buck. Oh, God. Woo! Fix an issue where Heroic Leap would not properly go on cooldown if Buck was pulled to the ground by an external source. Just a little bit of a bug fix there. Actually, not quite a huge buff. In fact,
yeah, it's kind of hard for that to happen. It's
nerf, just adjustment. Overall, how does this help him or hurt him?
Just an adjustment. So if you like get stunned out of the air, basically you would hit the ground, right? You still kind of fly through the air.
Sure.
But when you complete the heroic leap, you know, you have the slam down, you do the damage. If that doesn't happen, then it won't go on cooldown.
Okay. All right. So Bug getting that little bit of adjustment as he was in the air. Moving on to Bomb King, who had a very small adjustment here as well. We fixed a tooltip bug where Accelerant said it was increasing knockback by more than it was. Actually, an interesting story here is that Accelerant used to do 60% knockback on the tooltip, and we nerfed it to about 50%, but in fact, it wasn't 50%, it was 40% this whole time.
Oh.
You didn't even know that, did you?
Well, there it is.
There
Not
it
a big
is.
Bomb King guy.
Yeah, so it actually was 40%, although you guys thought it was 50. That's what the tooltip said. It was actually 40. So now everybody just knows that when they take a look at it. Moving on, we've got Cassie, the Hunter's Daughter. This is going to be an exciting one for all of you who play Cassie. Of course, you just got the Sun-Kissed Cassie skin. So if you want to grab the skin, you're also going to be shooting your projectiles a little bit faster, from 500 to 600 projectile speed for Cassie. No extra damage, but when she does shoot, they will fly faster.
And this is a good change, I think, especially for console. What I've found playing on it recently is that tracking characters like, you know, Tyra's, Victor's, Ruckus's, Grox, that sort of stuff is actually easier on console due to kind of the natural magnetism with the aim assist. But projectile characters are a lot harder for me because the magnetism kind of prevents you from leading almost. So having a little bit of extra speed, and we'll kind of see that change on a couple more champions projectile based. That the faster the projectile speed is a little bit easier to hit on console. You don't need quite as much lead time.
Right. Excellent. Well, it's going to hopefully help her to confirm and deal with some of those more, like you said, anti-air kind of situations where some damage dealers are picked up. Lex often the choice for that as a result of the hit scan, but these projectiles firing faster could change things. Let's take a look at Drogos, the fire-breathing lizard or something in the realm. He's always been doing well for himself. We're fixing a bug where Drogos' fire spit detonation was not properly mitigated by blast shields. So now, if you're taking blast shields, you'll obviously be a little bit safer from his AoE. And also, a card, Bask, fixed a bug that caused Bask to only heal you if your rockets hit while Salvo was actively firing.
So basically, this is a big one from Bugsy. He kind of found this one out. What it means is, you know, there is that channel time, right, where you're releasing all 6 of the rockets.
Yes.
So most of the time, that means you would only get healed off the first 2 as you were still firing, channeling the tail end of it. But now, when you release all 6 rockets, no matter what, they will heal you for a little bit. And then, obviously, the other bug fix just now properly mitigating.
Yeah, great. All right, good.
More cleanups.
More cleanups, good quality of life changes for Drogos there. Moving on, Eevee. I know it's summer, but the Winter Witch has a pretty good patch ahead of her. She's going to see an increase in her projectile speed from 100 to 200. She will be having those projectiles move through the realm twice as fast going into OB43. However, Blink will no longer grant her bonus damage. So she will not be getting the, I believe it was 20 to 30% bonus damage she was granted after blinking. So projectiles a little bit more confirmable, but not as hard hitting. Also fixed a bug where blinking into a kill volume would cause your next blink to move you to the kill volume again.
Unfortunate. I don't know. If you're blinking into a kill volume, you probably deserve it. That's just natural selection, I think, at work.
Absolutely, yeah. You shouldn't be blinking into kill volumes.
The big thing here is the projectile bump and the loss of the bonus damage. So it's kind of the trade-off again. It's more confirmable with those shots, and as a result, you'll probably be able to hit more of them, and we'll be able to get away with them hitting less hard.
It feels pretty good, I will say. Feels pretty good. A lot of these changes also feel really good for the champions. How they'll upset or, you know, obviously adjust the actual scenes, whether it's casual or high-level competitive ranked or professional esports, yet to be determined. Now, Heating things back up again with the Spaniard, Fernando. He's getting himself a little bit of a spicy buff here going into LB53. The Flame Lance is seeing an increased weapon range from 30 to 50. And he is also seeing a reduced cone attack angle, meaning it will be less forgiving firing his fire, but it will be able to reach much, much farther.
Basically the same reasoning as Asher. You can reach a little bit further, but you got to be a little bit more accurate, which, I mean, it's still Fernando. It's not that hard to do. If you're missing Fernando, I guess switch to Torvald and have it aim for you.
So there's
not a whole lot more help for you. If you can't hit your shots with Fernando, I don't know what else I can do for you besides point you to Torvald.
Oh, wait a second. We're not at Torvald yet, Nick. We're not at Torvald yet.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Watch out here. Okay, as you can tell, there's a lot happening in this patch. Let's take a look at Grok, the Orc. The Shaman Smorks in chat. Lightning Staff. He's going to see an increase in his range by 20%, going from 100 to 120, being able to affect targets a little bit farther as well. And also, his legendary Wraith fixed a bug where Wraith could only activate once per life. It will now recharge after 30 seconds. Man, how did that get, how did we not know that one?
I didn't play it.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Maelstrom Grok for life.
Maelstrom kind of definitely stole the show. I think that's why.
I mean, shout outs to Hades. He was the one that found that one. And because frankly, I just didn't play it very often, and he was a big proponent in kind of figuring that out, exactly what was wrong with it. So now that one's all squared away. But the big one is the range for me. I mean, there are so many times with Grok where I'm just like, I just need a little bit more there, just at a little buzz
farther
range, and now you'll be able to get him.
Awesome. Grok going to hopefully be impacting your games more, and you'll be able to play him a little bit more success, viability here. Of course, talking about success, viability, top tier, let's take a look at Grover. He is coming through, and of course, Deep Roots just never want to get hit with that cripple when it's thrown at you. Well, guess what? You're going to maybe get hit by them a little bit more consistently here if your aim is on point, because his throwing axes, first off, has increased the projectile speed from 230 to 350. So, yeah, 120 added onto what was originally 230. It's also reduced the damage scaling value from 200% to 150% as a bonus. So you can't get as high in terms of the actual damage that you're scaling to. The other additional change is that the damage scaling max range has reduced from 300 to 250, so you will hit your max range a little bit closer. And of course, crippling throw, let's talk about that. He's got an increased damage of crippling throw from 300 to 400, and he's also increased the projectile speed from 230 to 350 as well. So watch out for those axes. Whirlwind, his ultimate, now grants CC immunity, and he fixed a bug where Whirlwind could not be canceled. Wow.
I mean, as sad as I am to see the whirlwinding chickens go, it's good bug fix. So now he won't be you can't fear him away, you can't hook him away from his team. Unfortunately, like I mentioned, you can't polymorph him into a little god chicken, keeping his whole team alive. But yeah, the big stuff here, high level, is more confirmable. You don't have to lead as much, and they don't hit as hard, but you'll probably, again, be hitting a lot more often, more consistently, more speed, a little bit more damage, just more confirmable all around.
Are you excited, man? You used to love Grover.
I'm gonna give him another whirl.
Gonna give him another whirl. That was good. I actually have been playing him a lot recently in Deep Roots, which is something that Bird pointed out to me as well. Considering how we changed the elimination reduction for cooldowns, and now because you're able to get so many eliminations because he doesn't reload.
Yeah.
Taking the 40% elimination reduction card, because he's so ability powered based with the crippling throw and with the blossom healing, really helps him to be more effective in fights. I mean, you kill somebody, crippling throws right back up, kill them again. You could just keep on rolling. All right, Trey Mageddon could be here sooner than we think. I know what that is now, by the way. Okay. Inara, Kinessa, Lex, I think they don't have anything. Kinessa, however, improvements to the weapon fire feel. I unfortunately don't have that on my notes, but I'm glad that we say that. I love these upper thirds now, because now I can't forget anything. Improvements to the weapon fire feel. So I guess just what? Quality of life?
Yep. Turn up.
Turn up. All right, let's go to another one that I don't have written down on my notes, and it will be a bug fix that Retribution would not reveal his target. So now I guess Retribution will always reveal his target.
There you go.
Awesome. Great stuff there. Maeve. I think I do have this one written down. Oh, yeah, I do. Okay, a lot of people have been asking about Maeve. They want to see Maeve get buffed. Of course, she's got a new skin coming through. Now, this isn't necessarily a straight buff, but you could take it that way, because one of the difficulties with playing Maeve is the fact that she just has an insane amount of drop on her weapons, and it kind of makes it difficult to judge the farther you are away how you're going to hit somebody. So the daggers have reduced projectile drop by 25% now. And also a card called Scar Tissue. Fixed a bug causing this card to work incorrectly.
Yep, so she's very squishy. She relies on healing that can be cauterized. So this, along with Eevee, the projectile speed, this isn't projectile speed, this is just they're going to travel straighter is the name of the game. And it'll be more confirmable in that, right? You'll be able to poke from a greater distance and kind of be effective at chipping and fight, maybe looking for an angle, because Eevee, right, she can always get that angle with Blink. Maeve's not really the case.
Right.
So this will give you a couple vulnerable targets. You won't have to be as reliant on finding an angle. You can still contribute to the fight without having that line to the back line.
Excellent stuff. All right, moving on to Makoa. The big dog of the sea. He's going to be getting an increased projectile speed as well from 185. Theo, get ready to fall out of your seat to 250. So he's getting quite a bit of love here for hitting those shots. Elven Path, you too. You guys have been playing a ton of Makoa lately. Dredge Anchor also fixed a bug where Dredge Anchor was ending its travel to the left of the crosshair at maximum range. Dredge Anchor will now converge with the crosshair at maximum range. How about that?
There you go. That was a little treat, you know, that a lot of people kind of highlighted on. Kami, I think, made a video on that actually. So now, instead of like having to do that janky thing where you aim like a little bit to the left or to the right to get your hook to land more consistently, now you can just put it straight on and land it every time.
Beautiful, beautiful from Makoa mains as well. Just again, more projectile speed. That's the theme that we've seen, and more range essentially.
Right.
It kind of increases effective range, right? Because he's more accurate from farther away.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Now moving on to Maldamba. I did not get dumpstered by Cuss Cutie playing Maldamba today. That didn't happen. If there's a VOD there, it's somebody photoshopped. I was behind a green screen, so that's why I think that's totally
the best of us.
Yeah, Garrett's nodding his head. He knows that's possible. He's a designer, guys. Listen to him. Mending Spirits. Fixed a bug where Mending Spirits could not heal through enemy shields, so now it can. Good job for you. Damba's going to keep their tanks up alive a little easier. Spinning Cobra. Increase their projectile speed from 180 to 240.
So more in the line with the confirmable
30%.
damage, more consistent, more easy to use, especially with slow-moving projectiles. We've done a couple of things, gravity, fall-off, friction, all kinds of little numbers tweaking, just trying to get that snake to feel right. Because no one's really done a snake weapon before. It's taken us a little bit of time, but slowly we're getting Oolong Johnson to be the best weapon that he can be.
Or buffing Oolong, basically.
Yes. This is a buff to Oolong. It's not really a buff to Maldamba.
I love it. I love it. So Johnson's the family snake name, the snake family name. It's the Johnsons.
I guess so.
Okay. And Oolong is just, what is it? He has some brothers, sisters?
He's the oldest and longest.
He's the oldest and longest. So is,
of the
what's
Johnson household.
What is it? Young Small Johnson? Is that his youngest brother? How does it work?
I don't know, man.
You just made it up. What are you talking about? You don't know.
I'm not a part of the family.
Oh my God. Just act like a family historian here.
Enough talking about Johnsons on stream.
All right.
Next change.
No more cold ones for you, by the way. Pip. He's going to be seeing the same treatment as a lot of people. Potion Launcher. Increased projectile speed from 250 to 300. Acrobatics Pip. It's meta. You heard it first here. Dropped.
No.
What? No. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't see this part. It's cut off.
That on the patch.
Dropped and continue traveling. It now will explode on contact with the wall. Hold on. Evil Mojo. Fixed a bug where if Evil Mojo hit a Nara's wall, it would persist until the wall dropped and continue traveling. It now will explode on contact with the wall. So take that, Anara. Congratulations, Pip. That should help the Volpine out. Turnips.
More bug fix.
More bug fix. Okay.
There's a lot of them, man. These are really coming through.
They really are.
Catching steam.
All right. Now here's a big one as well for you healer main Saris. She's going to be getting a nice treatment here. Her soul orbs. Remember those things that, hit you after she throws you into that ult, converges the Shadow Realm onto you? Well, she's going to see an increased projectile speed from 70 to 150. Those will be traveling more than twice as fast now in the realm, but that's not all. They also will be basically losing almost half of their remote proximity distance, which is essentially their space that they take up on the map. So it'll be maybe a little bit harder to hit them, not as wide. Their collision. That'll be going from 4 to 2.5. Now, Shadow Travel. This is also seeing an adjustment, so Sarah's probably the hardest, I would say, healer to kill.
Easily.
She is getting a duration reduction from 5 to 4 seconds, so you can only stay in that 4 seconds, and a cooldown increase from 12 seconds to 14 seconds.
Yep, so just a little bit too hard to kill. It's kind of frustrating, right, when she fades to black, and you're just like, well, guess that's that. And I'll go over here now. She can just clear so much distance with it. Have it up as well. She's got a card fade to black that when you're channeling your heal, basically, it's cutting the cooldown continuously of your shadow travel. So she's got really good uptime on a really good escape. So just looking to cut that a little bit. And then the change to the weapon, just in line with the rest of them, more confirmable for big slow projectiles, making those a little bit easier to hit.
All right. Congratulations, Saris. rip your shadow travel, but you're going to be maybe Agony. Maybe we'll see Agony come through.
I think.
And the follow-up on Convergence is going to be nice. Moving on, Shaolin doesn't have any treatments today. He's left out of the bunch, but we got Sky. She's coming through, and she's actually going to be seeing an adjustment to Preparation, the legendary that allows you to reset your hidden, all your cooldowns basically on eliminations. Now, you got to actually kill that target, which is interesting because, I mean, a lot of times you do get the kill as Sky if you're playing her well, because she has such high DPS, but still, I mean, a little bit more high skill added to that legendary.
Yeah, like you said, most of the time you're probably going to get the kill because you have probably the highest DPS on the battlefield, but I think what this prevents is like you just poking at a couple of people, right, in a panic. I've done this before. I've gotten away with it where you hit somebody for like 30 damage at max range, you get the elimination, and then you just take off in stealth once again. So you have to be, the legendary is designed for you to go in, get a kill, get your reset, and then you can get out, right? Where you're not trying to be poking at people, doing no damage, getting free eliminations, and getting all these resets to bail you out of trouble.
Of course, man. So she's going to see that as well. And Torvald, he's going to be seeing an additional change. We talked about this. This one's pretty spicy here. So Torvald, he's going to be seeing an adjustment to his range. His range will be increased from 41 to 50, allowing him to, again, affect space a little bit farther away from himself. But he's also seeing a reduction in shield health from 5,000 down to 2,000. He's also seeing an increase in his health from 3,500 to 5,000, ultimately giving him 2K more, 1,500 health more than he had, and reducing his shielding by 3,000. Nick, talk to me about these changes.
So Torvald is the casual god, right? Because you basically need Wrecker to counter him. So when you do have Wrecker, he becomes almost irrelevant. He's never picked up in esports because they have, the mental capacity to be able to decide and pick up Wrecker.
Yes.
Whereas a casual that's just getting into the game, maybe doesn't understand the item system, doesn't understand all the characters, inside and out, doesn't know that. And Torvald just steamrolls them all game, and they can't do anything to kill this guy. And another thing that it makes it do is he's got a kind of a low HP pool. He's around like the barrack level, so it makes him kind of tough to heal. So what this is going to do, not only make him easier to heal because he has more HP to heal, more of that sustain is in the pool now, but he'll be less reliant on needing Wrecker to kill him as he's only got 2,000 for the shield. But he does have the benefit of being able to recharge it all on his own.
Yep, Torvald definitely an outlier in terms of what you have to do to effectively counter him and how well you have to do it. And if anybody slips up, how strong he is outside of that. So this will hopefully bring him into realm of the other tanks in terms of that, and then put them on the same playing field. And I think if Torvald needs adjustments, it's going to be a lot easier moving forward to actually buff him the right way without all of the shields that just make it such a difficult situation, as you had mentioned earlier. Willow coming in at almost last year. We still got one more after that. Willow, she's joining the pack. She's seeing an increase in her projectile speed from 250 to 300. Yay, Willow.
There you go.
2 buffs in a row.
Zooming.
Straight
zooming.
Blastfire. Looking good. Although I see a lot of Scorn being played.
I'm a Blastflower guy.
I'm a Blastflower guy till I die. That's right. All right, Zen. Finally finishing this off. Zen will be seeing the ability to allow... I'm just going to go with these. These are much better than the ones I have. I don't know how I got these. Zen fixes enchant projectiles not stimulating properly on other clients, so that should help. Counter also now blocks projectiles while swinging the counter attack, even when not equipped with Retaliation Legendary. Billow also is reducing the pre-hit of Billow from 0.2 to 0 seconds, so there'll be no pre-hit before getting into Billow. It'll be immediate based on your reactions, and you may now jump while in Billow.
Turn up. That's a good one. So Billow, it's your safety, it's your get out of jail free card, but if you can't jump up on the little obstacles and stuff, that's it makes it less of a get out of jail free card. So now you'll be able to move around the map just as you would normally. And then the big one for me, honestly, is the counter, right? Because, counter legendary or not, this affects both of those, where while you're swinging the ting and doing your cone attack, you would actually have been vulnerable before, but now you're just going to be completely immune the whole time, whether you're running the counter legendary or not.
Okay, so I just want to make sure that we are good in terms of the general selections here. I think we've covered everything. There are a couple of bugs here. Fixing a bug where they cause legendary effects such as combustible to deactivate when the player died. Now, if the projectiles persist, they will maintain the properties they would have. There are also a couple of issues where players who could get deserter when accepting a match invite at the last second. There should now be a slightly longer grace period for that as well. Address an issue when sometimes emotes would not play in kill cam, which is so important. You got to see the emotes there. And a couple of other things. Garrett, any other big notes you would say for that?
You guys have touched on a lot of the really important ones. However, the majority of them are on patch notes. There's a lot of bug fixes. We put a lot of effort into this patch and cleaning up a bunch of stuff. So I definitely suggest you guys read them, but we won't take up too much of your time on stream.
Yeah, it's been a long, balanced section, which is why I wanted to kind of move it forward in case there was anything pertinent. But again, all of these will be on forums.paladins.com, and you can go ahead after the show and take a look at these. And of course, one of our lovely people who helped put together the patch notes so you guys can read them there. It's High Res Alyssa.
Hello.
Over there. You should on the gun show. I don't mind that. All right, listen, how are you doing?
I'm kind of hurt. You
don't
cracked open a cold one with the boys without me.
Nick, I knew it. I knew it.
Jacked up.
But listen.
That's messed up.
Is there some way we can pay you back here?
I've got more cold ones. Just hang on.
This is all Nick's idea. So, Liz, how are you doing today?
Yeah, pretty good.
Pretty good? You got some stuff to talk about for us?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
So first off, we usually do our community question segment now, but I wanted to have a little bit of a different format this time. So we're going to be discussing one system in particular, which is the Essence system. So a lot of our players and a lot of people in our community have had kind of questions and concerns about the Essence system. So Garrett, can you kind of give us a designer's perspective and your thoughts on it?
Sure, absolutely. So as of now, we are definitely listening to your guys' feedback. We read all of it, and specifically, there's a lot of it on this issue, so we appreciate that. It's really important to understand with all of our high-res games in beta, we do a lot of iteration even on these core systems, such as Essence. So things tend to change over time, and if you've been with us for any amount of time, you know this. As of right now, we are looking at the data very closely, seeing how it impacts our player population. I have no actionable items for you at this time, but that's where it stands right now. So please continue to leave feedback for us. Thank you.
It's all about finding that healthy balance, between something that's good for our game and our game economy, but also fair to our players. So we look at the data, we look at player feedback, but we have a really big vision for the game, and we want something that's sustainable. So
absolutely.
Cool. All right. Well, that's really all I wanted to discuss for the regular community question segment, but I've got a lot more to talk about. So first off, the rec chest will be going away in this next patch in OB53.
Sayonara.
So make sure if you are interested in the rec chest to grab it this weekend or before the patch releases next Wednesday. It will be your last chance for that. But don't fret because we've got a lot of sales going on this weekend, so you'll have a chance to grab it. First off, we've got the Founders Pack sale, which is on PC and on Xbox, 33% off.
It's an awesome deal.
Hey!
Both platforms.
If you're going to spend money on one thing in Paladins, it
100%.
should be the Founders Pack, in my opinion.
It's like $13 right now. It's a really good deal. You get all the champions, you get Radiant chests, you get all the gold back for every single champion you bought already, skins, just a ton of stuff.
Too?
Yes.
I think you get a huge chunk of Essence.
Yeah, tons and tons of Essence. So it's a really good deal right now, so grab it while you can. Like I said, it is on PC and Xbox on sale right now. Then we also have another sale, the Gabe Said So sale, going on Friday through Sunday. This is a huge one.
My man.
50% off all current chests and 50% off all of the pre-OB48 cosmetics. Everything. And this is on all platforms, Friday through Sunday.
Since when did Gabe get so familiar with Sky? Gabe got a girl. Gabe's like in a relationship. What's going on?
I don't know, man.
Hey, what happens in the sauna stays in the sauna.
I don't judge.
Wow, Nick, that's a public place, dog.
Time's ticking.
Oh, man.
Anyways, but that's not
good.
all.
That's
We've
good.
also got a free champion weekend, Friday through Sunday. All of the champions will be unlocked. You can play them all on PC and console. And if you like them a lot, be sure to grab the Founders Pack. Like I said, it is on sale.
Well, that is an excellent weekend that we've got here. So many things on sale. We got the Gabe Said So sale while Gabe's, in the sauna with Sky having fun. You guys can have fun, get some things at a very, very discounted rate. We got the rec chest leaving us, but more chests coming in. The Founders Pack sale, if you guys want to be a part of that. And the Champion Weekend event where you can play all these cool champions. That's coming up this weekend, so make sure you tune in to Paladins and check that out. I also want to make sure you guys know that there are a lot of esports happening this weekend as well. Tune in tomorrow and Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time to find yourself the chance to watch some cool, high-level esports action from Europe and North America, but also maybe grab yourself a Blood Moon Cassie and a quick Silver Ying skin. If you get those, it's basically God saying that you're a great person.
And if you don't get them,
what?
If you don't get them during the first broadcast, the PC Premier qualifiers, guys, the console wars are still going on immediately after the PC qualifiers. So make sure you stick around. Give yourself the best chance at a Blood Moon or a Quicksilver.
That's absolutely.
Or maybe both.
Or maybe
in
both.
The first day.
In the first day,
Who knows? Or maybe neither.
Hey man, I didn't choose this life, dog. It just happened.
Playing the hand you're dealt. I get it.
That's right, man. So, we're trying to keep things friendly. Thank you, everybody who's been on the show, to obviously Hi-Rez Holt, who's not here anymore, Alyssa, Garrett for coming by, Hi-Rez Priere, of course. Garrett, lastly, before we leave, when is PTS available? When can we play?
As always, guys, as soon as possible.
We're going to do my outro right there? As always, remember to
never.
As always, remember that we never have an
there's
answer
a coordinated
Garrett,
for when PTS.
When, if ever, should we give up or stop gaming?
Never.
You guys are my kind of people. All right, so when is it exactly?
Always shooting for today.
Always shooting for today.
All right.
Later. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us as well. My name's been Rain Day, Evan Rayner. Join us again next time in a couple of weeks. We'll have some more announcements then. Again, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday at 2 p.m. EST. Stay locked here for Paladins Game for all things Paladins during the week. As always, remember to never give up, never stop gaming, and we'll see you all in the realm.